Laser lipolysis is actually a new technology where we use a 1064 nanometer laser to photothermally rupture fat cells and dissolve them. And this is really a very exciting development because we can, instead of using traditional liposuction, actually use a laser now to melt fat and reduce body contours and also tighten the skin at the same time.
In my clinic, I use laser lipolysis for many things. Number one, it's very popular for patients who are afraid to undergo any sort of surgery or anything that's invasive. So for these people, we use laser lipolysis to melt their fat, and we just tell them that it will take about 4 months before they see the results, because it takes about 4 months for the fat to drain out of the body. It will be excreted slowly through the lymphatic system. The more popular use in the clinic is as a pre-liposuction procedure. We do it, to mess the body first a little, then we insert the laser lipolysis, and then we do full tumescence, and then we follow this up with liposuction. We charge a little more for this because, of course, it takes an extra step, and the machine, there is a cost of the machine, but all our patients prefer this procedure over regular liposuction. Number three, we use it a lot to correct side effects or from previous liposuction, such as waviness. It's wonderful to just iron out the skin and make it look much better. Also for abnormal accumulation of hardness of fat. Especially we find it good around the umbilical area, like the donut. You can just do laser lipolysis and it flattens it out perfectly. We also use laser lipolysis for the face. I've always been afraid to do liposuction on the face because there's a very small margin of error that's allowed. But using laser lipolysis, you can just melt the fat and it comes out perfect. The skin contracts, the fat faces get tighter and they look much better without any problem at all. And the fifth is, of course, for skin contraction. There are several areas in the body where the skin is really much thinner and we need something to stimulate contraction. Areas like the inner thigh, the underarm, and even some people who have stretch marks or very thin skin in the abdomen, the laser lipolysis causes much better skin contraction.
The advantage of laser lipolysis over standard techniques is that it is less invasive and it also has a quicker recovery time as compared to standard techniques such as liposuction, and patients seem to tolerate it a bit better.
There are many advantages of laser lipolysis over traditional liposuction. In fact, in our clinic, since we got our SmartLipo machines, we hardly ever do traditional liposuction. Immediately post-op, the advantages are there's much less bruising, much less swelling, and of course a lot less pain. There have been patients who've done traditional liposuction with us before we got the SmartLipo and have done another area using SmartLipo, and they say that the difference is like night and day. This is much easier, much less painful, and they're very comfortable. Post-op, 1 month post-op, the advantage is you can actually see the results a lot earlier than with traditional liposuction. Using laser lipolysis, we don't get the hardness that we used to get with traditional liposuction. With traditional, we used to tell the patients, you will see the results after 3 months. With laser lipolysis, they probably see the results after a month and a half. Finally, final results are also much better because, at least in my hands, I can remove more fat using the laser lipolysis because the fat's already melted. And it just flows a lot more easily, and it seems that I can remove more. I also feel that there's some contraction already going on with the skin, so we get a lot more a curvier waist, or a much nicer skin contraction. So the results are also better permanently.
We prefer to use laser lipolysis instead of traditional liposuction techniques, particularly in areas where the skin may be looser, where we want to remove fat and tighten the skin at the same time. The results of laser lipolysis are very impressive. We see much faster healing, less bruising and swelling, and flattening of the contours where we see a lot of fat, but also tightening of the skin at the same time. And I think that's a very big advantage. The only side effects we've seen from this technology is slight bruising and swelling, maybe some fluid collections, but that's really all.